Welcome, fellow Stardust. Are you ready for a scare? I see you've come back for more. If you're new here, buckle up, and thank you all for joining me today. My name is Duray, aka Rainbow Fright, lover of all things dark, creepy, and weird. Today's movie review will be on comedy horror Trick or Treat.
My, what big eyes you have.
Today's pick is a subscriber request from Christopher Fawcett. He requested this movie over 8 months ago, so I'm excited to finally do this review for him, especially because he's been a long-time supporter of my channel. I'll leave a link down in the description for his new channel. And thank you, Chris, for your submission. Let's get right into it. Now, this is a Halloween film. This was another first-time watch for me, but again, better late than never. This 2007 film was written and directed by Michael Dougherty, and this was his feature debut. In 1996, while attending Tisch School of the Arts at NYU, Michael wrote, directed, and produced a 4-minute short animated film titled Season's Greetings that features the iconic character Sam, short for Samhain. 11 years later, Sam had developed and matured into the character we see in Trick or Treat. In this anthology film, Sam is the keeper of Halloween traditions and punishes those who don't follow the rules. One story features sisters and their 2 friends who are on the hunt for dates for a party. Their focus is finding someone for Lori because she's still a 22-year-old virgin. Another story, titled The Halloween School Bus Massacre, is the tale of a school bus full of kids with various physical and mental disabilities being driven off a cliff at the request of their embarrassed parents. And now their story is one told by future generations on the anniversary of the incident, Halloween. Then we have a father who revels in the holiday, checking off items on his very long to-do list. And next door to him is Mr. Keeg, who is sort of the Scrooge of Halloween. As much as he tries to avoid Halloween and everything that comes with it, he finds himself right in the middle of all the fun. This star-studded cast includes Brian Cox, Anna Paquin, Dylan Baker, Rochelle Aites, Leslie Bibb, and Brett Kelly. This movie perfectly captures the spirit and atmosphere of Halloween. Throughout the entire movie, we're tricked and given treats. Just about every character isn't who they present themselves to be. Once we think we've got someone figured out, even after a reveal, we're thrown for a second and even third loop sometimes. Mike's appreciation for this holiday really shines through. The origin of this magical day dates back hundreds of years, and is actually a mishmash of different traditions, some of which have their own creepy and sad origins. It's crazy to think that trick-or-treating and dressing up only dates back to the 20s and 30s in America. We haven't even been doing this for 100 years yet. Before Halloween became what it is today in America, celebrations that it is thought to have derived from were celebrating the dead or the end of the harvest season. But now it is merely a day where we're able to let out our inner innocence, dormant evil, or just our playful side. Michael Dougherty not only loves Halloween, but he is a huge horror fan and makes that very obvious with all of his Easter eggs throughout the film. We get callbacks to Pet Sematary, Halloween, The Thing, 13 Ghosts, Christine, Child's Play, The Changeling, and I'm sure so many more. Unlike other anthology films, the stories are interwoven and are happening on the same timeline. We even see some characters in the background of other characters' stories. So because of this and the comic book style of storytelling, we get some Crash vibes mixed with Creepshow vibes. Let me know in the comments if you love Creepshow as much as I do. I think I need to give more credit to Creepshow for my love of horror, because even though I can't name my first horror film or the age at which I started watching horror films, I think Creepshow was the first film that really made me crave more of the dark, creepy, and weird Mike also wrote and directed Krampus from 2016, and I have literally been trying to watch that movie since 2017. That year, Brandon and I tried to watch it with my father and sister-in-law, but for whatever reason, we were unable to get it to play, and every year since then, something has come up and we've been unable to watch it. And we promised we wouldn't watch it without them, but I've literally been waiting 5 years, so I'm crossing my fingers for 2022. If we're not together for whatever reason for the holidays this year, we're gonna have to do a watch party because I don't think I can wait another year. But I am glad to finally be on the trick-or-treat train. This movie is definitely going on my Halloween movie watch list. But what's really funny about this horror film is that despite all the blood and guts that we do get, we don't get any kills on camera at all. And I didn't really think about it until after the film was over. I didn't feel like I was missing anything because I was being satiated by the sound design and the creep factor. On top of that, the set design was just so beautiful and captivating. It's too bad this film didn't get the theatrical release that it deserved. Warner Brothers initially had scheduled the film to be released on Halloween 2007, but for whatever reason they bumped it back to 2008, but that never happened either. After 2 long years, the film was finally released on DVD in October of 2009. However, the film made its rounds in the film festival circuit and premiered on December 9th, 2007 in Austin, Texas at the Butnamathon Film Festival, and went on to scream at Sitges, Screamfest, Fantasia, and many more. Despite not having a theatrical release, this film earned a cult following, and now I know why. The practical effects in this film were phenomenal, especially during the werewolf reveal, which a lot of you would agree is one of the best in history. CGI was used just a little bit to help complement this crazy amount of work that went into the costumes. I also enjoyed the vomit scene, even though I do not do vomit. That is my line. But this vomit was just so clearly chocolate, it just made me laugh. There may not be much backstory for any of the characters and any of the stories, but I didn't need that character development that I normally do. And that's probably because I just felt like I was a fly on the wall in a small town on one of the spookiest nights of the year, and I just get to sit back and watch all the action. I love being dressed up and going downtown or where there's crowds of people and just people watching. And this was the ultimate people watching session where I got to see everything that I want to have happen on Halloween happen. I can't wait to watch this with a group of friends. This is a timeless movie that will always have fans in Halloween and horror lovers. Trick or Treat earns 4 rainbow skulls out of 5, and you can watch this one on YouTube, Amazon Prime, Google Play, Vudu, and Apple TV. And thank you again, Chris, for your submission. And I'm actually holding off on taking any more requests at the moment since they are a year out. I might start doing a system where I do a drawing once a month instead of just going by a list. This is kind of how I wanted to do it in the beginning. I don't have it all figured out just yet, but I will here in a few months and will update you on what that'll look like. Well, thank you again for joining me today, fellow Stardust. I appreciate you being here with me. I'll be back next week with some more videos. So, if you haven't already, go ahead and hop on the Rainbow Fright Freight Train and hit that subscribe button along with the notification bell. That way you'll get notified every time I upload a new video. And if you liked this video, please hit the like button and share it with a friend. I hope I see you next time. Peace.